What's up, guys? Obviously, it's Captain Obvious, and welcome to Battlefield 3 Analysis PDWs. In this episode, we will be covering personal defense weapons, or the PDWs. These are your all-kit weapons. They are pretty much the SMGs of the game. You can use them on any kit, be it Recon, Engineer, Support, or Assault. And they are all very good at closer range, so let's get started. There are 7 PDWs you can lock in the game. These are the PP2000, the UMP45, the MP7, the AS-VAL, PDWR, P90, and PP19. The PP19 is unlocked via back to car can, so if you do not have that expansion pack, you cannot get that gun. Let's start off by covering the PP2000. The PP2000 is the first PDW unlock in the game. It is unlocked at level 7. For an overall good close-range weapon, the PP2000 excels in almost every way. The only problem it has at close range is its lack of fire rate. The fire rate on the PP2000 is lower than most of other engineer weapons and assault weapons, so sometimes it can be outclassed. Let's take a look at the numbers on this gun. Alright, so the PP2000 has a damage of 25 to 10. Your damage will begin dropping off around 9 meters and will go down to 10 damage at 50 meters. Your fire rate is 650 rounds per minute. Bullet velocity is a slow 360 meters per second. Magazine size is 20 rounds. Your reload with bullets is 2.55 seconds. Reload without bullets is 3.5 seconds. And your threshold reload is 0.75 seconds. Now, in my last video, I made a mistake regarding the threshold. What in reality you do is you multiply that number by the reload time to get your reload cancel time. So, for a reload with bullets, it is 1.91 seconds for the threshold, and for a gun without bullets, it is 2.625 seconds. Now, when taking a look at the gun overall and its close range capabilities, it is outclassed by a few other SMGs in terms of fire rate and mag size. The magazine size is very low, so whenever you unlock it, make sure you put extended mags on this gun. It is very, very useful because of its 20-round magazine. I highly recommend putting on a sight as well, be it the Cobra or whatever sight you wish. It will be a great option to cancel out the very poor, in my opinion, iron sights. And finally, for your other attachment, laser sight or tactical light will do fine, but I prefer laser sight because it's a more close-range weapon and you can lower your hipfire spread. Now let's take a look at the UMP45. The UMP45 is unlocked at level 16. Now the UMP45 is a superior and a very powerful PDW. Now, your damage is 25 to 12.5, drop beginning at 9 meters and ending at 50 meters. Your rate of fire is 600 rounds per minute. Bullet velocity of 320 meters per second, a little bit slower than the PP2000. Your magazine size is 25 rounds. Reload with bullets is 1.85. Your threshold for that is 1.38 seconds. Your reload time without bullets is 2.7 seconds, and your threshold for that is 2.025 seconds. Now, the UMP45 outclasses the PP2000 in every aspect except for fire rate. So when you unlock the UMP45, I suggest changing it out and using it as your preferred PDW instead of the PP2000. The larger mag size gets the job done. The higher damage at longer range will make your time to kill a lot faster because you won't need any 10-shot kills. You can get around 9 or 8-shot kills with this slightly higher damage at longer range. The rate of fire may still be slow, but it's still a very good weapon at closer range, and I recommend using the UMP45 as one of your primary PDWs. Alright, now in terms of recommended attachments, I say go with a sight, definitely, because there really isn't anything else to replace a sight with. I recommend a holographic sight or a red dot sight because of its close range capabilities, and the reason you won't be using it at longer range. An ACOG sight may work for this gun because it has a little higher damage at longer range than some of the PDWs, so if you want to, go with an ACOG sight. And for your other attachments, I say laser sight is pretty much a must, or if you're feeling like that, you can put on a tactical light and piss some people off. Now we got the PDWR. You unlock the PDWR at level 32. This is one of the better personal defense weapons in the game. Well, let's get into why. Your damage is 25 to 12.5, with the damage drop beginning around 9 meters and ending at 50 meters. Your rate of fire is 750 rounds per minute. Bullet velocity is 430 meters per second. Magazine size is a slim 20 rounds. Reload with bullets is 2.5 with a threshold of 1.875 seconds. Reload time without bullets is 3.4 seconds with a threshold time of 2.55 seconds. Now the reason I say this is one of the better personal defense weapons in the game is because of that 750 rounds per minute. That is a step above a lot of the other personal defense weapons in this game in terms of time to kill. The high damage of 25 allows for a very quick, very quick time to kill at close range if you can land all your bullets. The only real downside to this weapon is one, its slim magazine size, which allows for a very quick emptying of the magazine. The other thing that pulls it down is its slow reload time to compare it to a lot of the other PDWs in this game. It is about a second higher than some of the other PDWs in its class, so therefore you may be reloading a lot, and the fact that you have a very fast fire rate and a small magazine size means you will be reloading a whole lot more than if you're using, let's say, a P90 or a UMP. Now in terms of recommended attachments, I say go with a red dot sight or a holographic sight. It is very important because there isn't anything else to put in that weapon slot, and a iron sight kind of hinders you more than an open-sighted red dot sight. So I recommend putting on a red dot sight or a holographic and a laser sight. Now we have the AS Val. The AS Val has a damage of 22 to 16.7 damage with the drop beginning at 9 meters and ending at 50 meters. Your rate of fire is a whopping 900 rounds per minute. Bullet velocity is 300 meters per second. Magazine size is 20 rounds. Reload with bullets is 1.6 seconds. The threshold beating 1.2 seconds. Your reload without is 2.7 and the threshold is 2.025 seconds. Now, this rate of fire coupled with your very low magazine size means you will be wasting a lot of bullets. Therefore, use it on a class where you are using ammo spec or you are using on support so you can provide yourself with more ammo. The advantage to using the AS Val is its insanely low recoil. Now, I did not have the AS Val unlocked at the time of this video, so therefore I cannot test the recoil for myself, but I can tell you from what videos I've seen and what people have been telling me, it is an insanely low recoil, so use that to your advantage at longer range. The reason it's kind of hindered at longer range is because of that very slow bullet velocity. It is internally suppressed, so therefore your bullet velocity by default is very low. Keep that in mind. Now, recommended attachments, like I said, I did not have this weapon unlocked, so I cannot make any recommendations based on my experiences, but I can tell you, use a sight because it's a longer range weapon. And I forgot to mention in the beginning that the AS Val is unlocked at level 45, which is Colonel. It's a good weapon for a very high level character, and by that time you learn how to adapt to the things that the AS Val has going against it. Alright, now we got the P90. The P90 has a damage of 20 to 10, with the damage drop beginning at 12 meters. This is different from a lot of the other PDWs in that it has a 3 meter difference in drop time. So you'll be able to get a 5-shot kill out to longer range. The rate of fire is 900 rounds per minute with a bullet velocity of 420 meters per second. Magazine size of 50 rounds. Reload with bullets is 2.5 seconds, and the threshold being 1.875 seconds. Reload without is 2.9, and the threshold is 2.175 seconds. Now, I love the P90, and the reason for this is because it's very high fire rate, and it's high magazine size. You can get a really awesome time to kill with the P90, and it outclasses the MP7 in every single way. I'm not kidding you. It is outclassed. It outclasses the MP7 in every single way. There's nothing about the MP7 besides its fire rate, which is a little bit higher, that will beat the P90. So when you unlock the P90, replace it for any class you use the MP7 on. Now, in terms of recommended attachments, definitely go with a sight. And, of course, add a laser sight for increased close range capabilities. Now, take advantage of this high rate of fire and magazine size by spraying enemies down at closer range with that laser sight. Alright, now we have the MP7. The MP7 is unlocked via co-op at 189,000 points. Your damage is 20 to 10 with the drop beginning at 12 meters and ending at 50 meters. The rate of fire is 950 rounds per minute. Bullet velocity is 390 meters per second. Magazine size is 20 rounds. Reload with bullets is 2.4 seconds. Without, it is 2.7 seconds. The threshold for with bullets is 1.8 seconds, and for without, it is 2.02 5 seconds. Now, I do not have the MP7 unlocked, so therefore I cannot make any good recommended attachments, but just go with the sight or a laser sight because that will be fine. And like I said, in the exception of fire rate, the P90 beats out the MP7 every way, so use the P90 once you unlock it in place of the MP7. You know how they say save the best for last? We're saving one of the worst for last. The PP19 is a pitiful gun. Let's see why. Your damage is 16.7 to 9.1. This is ridiculously bad. The drop begins at 12 meters and ends at 50 meters. The rate of fire is 900 rounds per minute, which is pretty good. Bullet velocity is 320 meters per second. Magazine size is a very, very high 55 rounds, which is to compensate for the very low damage. Reload time with bullets is 2.5, and without it is a painfully long 3.8 seconds. Your threshold reload with bullets is 1.875, and without it is 2.85 seconds. The reason I say this gun is so pitiful is because it's lack, and I mean complete lack, of long-range capabilities. The recoil is very high on this gun. Its damage is very, very low, and you need more than a 10-shot kill at long range to get a kill. You need 11 or more direct hits at long range to get a kill with this weapon. In order to get the fastest kill at close range, you need 6 bullets. This is the amount of bullets an assault rifle needs in its longest range to kill. So just remember that. If you need 11 bullets to kill at long range and 6 at close range, it's obviously not that great of a gun. But if you like spraying and praying, go with it. And that is it for this week's episode of Battlefield 3 Analysis. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Now, next episode will be either Bullet Drop or Recon Kit, so vote down in the comments for which one you would like to see next. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Remember to check me out on Twitter and Facebook. The links are down in the description. And as always, rate, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys later.